Someone lied to you about money, and there's a good chance that lie came from someone you know. For years, maybe your whole life, you've been taught that wanting money is greedy, that wealthy Christians are suspect, that the godly thing to do is stay humble, stay small, and never want too much. But here's what I found when I actually went to the Bible. Not to what people say about the Bible, but to the actual text. The Bible is not against wealth. It never was. What it's against is something completely different. And once you understand the difference, it will completely change how you think about money, ambition, and what God actually wants for your life. Let's kill the biggest money myth in Christianity right now. Money is the root of all evil. You've heard it, you've probably said it. But here's the thing. That's not what the Bible says. Not even close. The actual verse, 1 Timothy 6:10, says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Not money itself, the love of it, the obsession with it, the worship of it. That's a completely different statement. Money is a tool. Like any tool, a hammer can build a house or break a window. The hammer isn't evil. It depends entirely on the hand holding it and the heart behind that hand. The Bible has more to say about money than almost any other topic, over 2,000 verses. And the overwhelming message is not avoid wealth. It's handle it wisely, hold it loosely, and never let it hold you. So let's talk about what the Bible actually celebrates about wealth, because this part almost never gets preached. Abraham was one of the wealthiest men of his time. Solomon asked God for wisdom, and God gave him both wisdom and extraordinary wealth. Job lost everything, stale erased, and God restored it double. Proverbs is filled with wisdom about building, saving, investing, and leaving an inheritance. The Bible does not portray wealth as a sign of spiritual failure. In many cases, it portrays it as a sign of faithfulness, stewardship, and blessing. Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives you the ability to produce wealth, not tolerates it, not allows it despite your faith. Gives you the ability, actively. A man who is financially strong can take care of his family without stress. He can be generous without calculating whether he can afford to be. He can fund things that matter. He can build something that outlasts him. Wealth in the hands of a godly man is not a problem. It's a resource. But here's where the Bible gets serious. And this part matters just as much. Jesus talked about money more than he talked about heaven and hell combined. And a lot of what he said was a warning. Not about having money, but about what money can do to you if you're not paying attention. It can shift your trust. Slowly, quietly, without you noticing. One day, you're trusting God for provision. And somewhere along the way, you start trusting your bank account instead. Same man, different foundation. It can change your priorities. The more you have to protect. And a man obsessed with protecting what he has rarely has the freedom to do what God is calling him to do. And it can replace your purpose. A man who spends his entire life accumulating wealth, but never asks who it's for or what it's building, has confused the tool for the goal. The warning is not, don't be wealthy. The warning is, don't let wealth become your identity. Because the moment money becomes who you are instead of what you have, it owns you, not the other way around. So what does a biblical relationship with money actually look like in practice? 3 principles. First, earn it faithfully. Proverbs consistently honors the man who works hard, plans ahead, and builds with integrity. Lazy hands make for poverty. Diligent hands bring wealth. Work is not a curse. Work is worship when it's done with a right heart. Second, hold it loosely. Give generously. The Bible connects generosity directly to blessing more than almost any other behavior. A man with an open hand receives more than a man with a closed fist, not as a transaction, but as a posture of the heart that keeps money in its proper place. Third, build with it intentionally. Proverbs 13:22 says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, not just for himself, not just for his kids, for his grandchildren. Biblical wealth has a generational vision behind it, not just a personal one. Earn it faithfully, hold it loosely, build it intentionally. That's the blueprint. The Bible is not against your ambition. It's not against your financial goals. It's not telling you to stay broke and call it holy. What it's telling you is this: money is a powerful tool, and like every powerful tool, it requires a man who knows how to handle it, a man who knows why he's building, a man whose identity is rooted in something that can't be taken from him, so that whether he has a lot or a little, he is not moved. That's the kind of man God can trust with wealth, and that trust is built long before the money arrives. Which of the three principles do you need to work on most right now? Earn, hold, or build? Drop it in the comments. I want to know where men are actually at with this. Share this with a man in your life who needs a biblical perspective on money, and I'll see you in the next one.